Hi everyone, it's Glenn here again with my 1/8 scale buggy. It was Nitro and now we've changed it to, we're going to change it to brushless. Now, we've done a lot of things since the last time, so I did change these two cups around. So this side was originally here, this side was originally here, only so then it will fit into this here, which, sorry, wrong way around, like that. So this side was originally on that side and that side was there. So with that there, I did change it around now. So it does fit into this holder here without an issue. And it works perfectly fine. Now we had to alter this motor mount. Now these parts here are off it originally. You had these two long sections that were sitting here, here and here. Sorry, here and here. We had these long sections sitting here and here. And then we had this part here. That part was sitting there, sorry, and these two here were sitting on, how was it sitting? I just don't know now. Oh, like this, sorry. That was like that on this bottom section here. And these two round bits were here and here, like similar to that. Alright, so I had to cut this and this off. And I had to cut this straight. Only because when I set it in here, with the drive shaft being so high, it had to sit up like this. And now it was actually scraping out on the inside of the cup here. So I had to cut it down so it sits lower, and now it sits flush, and it sits same flush as with this here. So now we're up to the part where we're going to fit it all together. So what we're going to do is I'll grab this here. Now we're going to fit this on so the bearing here sits just inside of here. There's a little bit of a indentation like that. Pardon me, sorry. So like that. So that will sit in there. And then we'll get this section here and that will sit just in there. Just be careful because it does have a shim. It does have a shim that sits just near the bearing there. So just be careful when you push that into here where you're not going to bend it and buckle it over the bearing, because then it won't spin freely. So now we get the two dog bones, because once I fit this on now, we're not taking it off. So I'll put that on there like that. Do the rear. Sit the rear on just like that. Perfect. So now as you can still see, it's not binding up. All four are turning and we haven't even screwed it down yet. So we'll do that right now. I'll just spin it onto the side. Sorry if you can't see anything. I'll show you when I'm done underneath here. But yeah, that I had to alter the mounting bracket because it just did not want to work. I had to cut it down, cut the little legs off. It was just sitting way too high. So within saying that, we sorted it out. Also with the plastic screws, they're a self-tapper screw, they're a coarse thread. I don't Loctite them onto the plastic, there's no need to. They will naturally grip into the plastic, but since I'm using aluminium engine mount, I'm going to put a little bit of Loctite on the end of these screws that go into the aluminium bracket just here, just so then it holds, because it will find its way back out again if you don't put Loctite on it. That's all. So at the moment, just fighting it. There we go. So I just screw this one up just a little bit. I'm not going to do them up fully just yet, until I have all of them on there. I am using a split washer, and I am using a flat washer as well. And these are the screws that I'm not going to be using all the time. I've just got to find ones that will fit underneath here properly. But this is what I have. So this is sort of what I'm using. And also it doesn't really matter on how low it sits underneath the screws if they're not flat, only because it's a 1/8 scale buggy, it's not a car. So with the buggy, it is still going to be sitting higher off the ground than a car. So unless you're doing massive jumps and hitting hard on cement or on concrete or anything like that, these screws here should be more than fine. Even if you're jumping it on grass, it won't damage these screws. At the end of the day, it will not damage them. So, but in saying that, let's turn up. I'll show you in a minute what I'm doing. Just making sure this is loose, that it's all set properly. Don't want it binding up anywhere. There we go. So all that's done. So with these screws here, what the plan is that if I did bottom them out, since they're so high, I can just use my Dremel and I'll just cut little slots into them and use a flat screwdriver and undo them that way. But these aren't the ones that that's going to be always staying on here. Once I find better screws, they will replace them, but that's all I've got at the moment. So that's the only reason why I'm using them. So now everything's all done. As you can see, the wheels are turning fine. There's no binding. All for it, yeah, without an issue. But like I said, I had to cut the bottom of the engine mount with a Dremel, and I did have to just cut around these little sections in here with a Dremel as well, just alter them a little bit more, because it is still a Nitro chassis, it's not an electric chassis. So that's what I want to stick with, is the Nitro chassis, just to show people that you can, if you have Nitro or have electric and you want to change it, or you have a Nitro car and you want to change it to electric, you can. But by looks of that, it's turning really well. So next video I'll talk about now. I'm not sure what I'll be doing next. I'm not sure if I'm going to be mounting this suspension to the front and rear. This is what I'm going to be using for this buggy. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be mounting them or I'm going to do a support between this part here and this part here. I just have to find a little section where it's a little bit higher, because I don't want this here to hit this here. So I may have to see where the screw is. I may have to have a bit of hollow plastic that will go between there and there and measure it roughly the same height as that. So then we can make something, bit of perspex cover to go over top of it. I'm not sure, we'll get to that when we can, or when we do. So I might build that, or cut a bit of perspex out that's going to fit, and then I may do that next video, and maybe do this suspension next video too. I'm not too sure at the moment, but we will get to that when we get to it. I just got to figure out what I'm going to be using for this here. But yeah, hope that's helped you today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Tell your friends if you know that they're interested in the RC type of things, maybe modifying stuff themselves or changing stuff over. It's up to them. But yeah, tell them about it. Tell them to like and subscribe. Watch my channel. If you have any questions or if you have any tips, tricks, let me know. I'm more than happy to learn more than what I already know. So yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe, hit the bell button, so when I put up a new movie, you're notified, and we'll go from there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.